The Evolve Championship is more than gold. It is an achievement that unlocks a world of possibility. A symbol that can set an emerging talent on the path to NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and even WrestleMania.
Tonight, the Evolve Championship is on the line, and as Aaron Rourke defends against Harlem Lewis.
When it comes to this title, I will do whatever it takes to keep it, because that's the kind of champion I am. Like Diamonds, I am built from pressure, and I thrive in it.
Enjoy that moment in the spotlight while you got it, because I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't last long. That title will be mine. I've been suppressing anger my whole life, Aaron. When that bell rings, all that anger is gonna get directed right at you.
I'll show you and this whole world that I may be glamour, but I'm glamour and grit.
When it's over, the world will see what a kid from nothing can become.
I always stay clocked in. Period.
I'm a G like Ali. I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body. I got sick quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like Harry. Where am I Batman carry, you know? Ain't nobody to get know what it's for. No, key to Kiki, I'm a blow.
As we officially welcome you to Evolve here, Blake Howard alongside the general manager of NXT, Robert Stone. Another wild Wednesday on the horizon.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pacifica, California, weighing in at 157 pounds, Chaz Starboy Hall.
Well, Blake, here comes the Denim Dragon. I gotta be honest. I like Chaz. I've had him on NXT before. He was in a speed match, but I'm more of a satin kind of guy. I'm more of a set in stone kind of guy.
I know that's your vibe here. You gotta love the Denim Dragon, though. Certainly been sweeping the Evolve Nation. Of course, we talk about him in NXT. He's had TNA appearances as well. Certainly waving that ID flag all around the world. And as we saw last week, Foreman Thatcher set up this match tonight, really putting the Mod Squad behind the 8 ball.
Tonight, sunglasses are not even here. You know why? I gotta right the wrongs. The Moggers need to get back to mogging. So I booked everyone a trip to a wellness retreat, okay? So CJ did this before. You guys take off early, and I'm gonna go handle the boy, known as Starboy. Yeah, you think he's gonna Chaz Hall me? Yeah, right. No, I'm on. Yeah. Because that's main man energy.
Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Main man.
And his opponent, from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 210 pounds, representing the Mod Squad, Max Abrams.
Rob, I have to ask, when was the last time you felt the main man energy?
Well, the last time I saw the main man energy, when he was actually in a match, he was ripping pants off. He's not anymore, so I'm glad to see that changed about him.
As Max Abrams certainly has undergone quite the transformation since when you first saw him here on Evolve. He's certainly ready to mog tonight. You have to admire Abrams coming out here with this much gusto, considering what we just saw a week ago from the Mod Squad.
Well, I think as he's going into this match, he has one thought: win. Another thought: win. Another thought: win. He is going into this thinking he has to win this match. He's the leader of the Mod Squad. He can't let his guys down.
I mean, taking a look last week, CJ Valor losing to Cutler James, and of course Santi Rivera and Jakari Ball dropping another matchup to Noam Dar and Romeo Moreno, all coming in impromptu fashion. The question now begs, how can the Mod Squad rebound after last week?
Well, that's the thing. Those two matches last week were impromptu. Max has had a week to prepare for this match. He's had a week to study Chaz Starboy Hall and figure out a game plan for this match.
Of course, there's a lot of history between these two ID stars here in Evolve, but for the very first time, Rob, finally going one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a match that I've been looking forward to. I think everyone here watching, everyone on Tubi, everyone in the audience, everyone's looking forward to this match. This is what the WWE ID program is all about. It's 2.0, baby.
And of course, the best part about Evolve, you can really see stars coming at the ground level. I mean, who knows in a year from now where these two guys could be.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw what happened a year or two when Evolve first started, where a lot of superstars are now. They become superstars, and who knows what the future is for these two.
Abrams trying to go to the amateur ranks right there. Nice counter by Chaz Starboy Hall. Pinning combinations only getting near fall right there for Chaz Hall. And of course, Rob, when the Mod Squad was coming together, Max Abrams looked at Chaz Starboy Hall as someone to recruit. What did they ultimately see in Starboy?
Well, I mean, I think they realized that he came in at the same time as him. He was a part of the WWE ID 2.0 group. And I think they said, hey, let's kind of all get together and figure this thing out. But Chaz, you know, and everyone can do their own thing. That's what he wanted to do, his own thing.
Remember, in only his second match here on Evolve, Chaz Starboy Hall earned himself an Evolve Championship opportunity against Aaron Rourke. And look at Starboy here showing off some moves. And the monkey flip out of the corner. Hall also already owns a victory over the X Factor of the Mod Squad, CJ Valor. So that very well could be in the back of the mind of Max Abrams right here as the main man looks to take over. As Abrams now goes for the Irish Whip, reversed by Starboy. Big connection with the drop kick.
A lot of height.
Hall looking to take advantage, hooks the outside leg. Derek Sanders says it's only 2.
Chaz is still writing his story, but the opening chapter has been loud here since he's been on Evolve.
Of course, we know a huge championship encounter coming up later on tonight. Harlem Lewis will be challenging Aaron Rourke for that Evolve Championship, a position both of these men would love to get back into. And of course, you go back to Secession 3, Max Abrams unable to secure that Evolve Championship. That kind of threw the Mod Squad into a bit of a turmoil.
Yeah, you know it did, but those are the kind of guys that they regroup, they figure things out, and they get back on track exactly where they need to be.
The Starboy continuing to control the pace right now is Abrams able to shove him right off.
A win in a match like this today just means a lot. Not just for themselves, not just for their egos, but the reality is, I don't want to give myself any credit here, but I am the NXT general manager, and sitting here watching this is how you get opportunities. This is how you impress someone to get on NXT.
Speaking of impressive right there, Rob.
Wow.
The athleticism of Starboy. As Abrams goes to the outside, and this is where Starboy feels right at home. As referee Derek Sanders preventing Starboy from going out after him.
Wait a minute.
Starboy's gonna find another round.
Yeah, he sure is.
And right off the apron, Abrams gonna block it.
Oh, man.
And the hardest part of the ring, as Max Abrams in control, can the Mod Squad get back on track? Or the Denim Dragon roar? More Evolve action when we come back.
If you're gonna do it anywhere, do it right here where the eyes of the world are on you.
Welcome everyone to SummerSlam.
Back in action here on Evolve. Blake Howard alongside the general manager of NXT, Robert Stone. Opening contest here. Max Abrams of the Mod Squad taking on ID talent Chaz Starboy Hall.
And just follow me here for a second, Blake, because I know a lot of people say about Max that he's got, a bad attitude or he's cocky. But the reality is that, look, I'm not making a comparison here. Hold on. Hold on. I'll finish my thought.
2, right on the cusp.
I'm not making a full-on comparison, but I'm just going to say from the day that Randy Orton stepped into the WWE, before he became the big star that he is, everyone said he was a cocky guy. Nobody thought he was going to turn into who he is. And that's what Max could be. Cocky, yeah, or is it confidence? The guy's talented.
That main man energy looking to be channeled right here. And of course, just a couple of days before Saturday night's main event invades Madison Square Garden. Looking to set the pace right here on Evolve.
Well, he's been stepping up his looks maxing, which is getting him wins maxing, so he says.
The Mod Squad certainly wants to maximize themselves right here. Disaster kick connected by Max Abrams. And a near fall right there.
I mean, the Mod Squad as a group, what do they want to do? They want to have success that previous groups have had in Evolve. Look at where the Vanity Project is now. Of course that's on their mind. They want to follow in their footsteps. They want to stick together and go that same route. And you know what? It's possible.
And Rob, with what we saw last week, those 2 matches made by Foreman Thatcher, and of course this one here to kick off Evolve this week, it seems like this might be a way for Max Abrams and the Mod Squad to kind of stick it to the Foreman.
Well, absolutely, if they could get the win. But, I mean, last week, the Foreman was happy with the results of the 2 matches that the Mod Squad were in, I'll tell you that.
As the Evolve Universe right now starting to get behind Starboy.
The Chads are looking so confident. The Chad.
As you see right here, Max Abrams using that main man energy to his advantage. And Rob, you take a look out here, There's no Jakari Ball, there's no Santi Rivera, there's no CJ Valor. We saw him right before the entrance, but you have to imagine they're lurking somewhere.
Of course. I mean, they're watching on a monitor, but that's it. Max is doing this alone right now. A lot of people say it's always a numbers game. This isn't. This is a one-on-one match that we are watching right now, and Max is doing an impressive job.
We'll see how that transpires. This match continues to wear on as Max Abrams looking for a big bounce-back victory. Of course, we talk about him losing to Aaron Rourke at Succession 3, as Chaz Starboy Hall now might be looking to find that opening, dialing in some strikes here, Rob.
He needs to get rid of the RFF, the resting fish face, and get some energy rolling here.
As Starboy, big connection with that heel kick.
But he's got to keep it going. You got to dig deep here, Starboy.
As Starboy, who has certainly represented the ID program all around the world, been flying that flag for Evolve. As Abrams exploding right out of the corner here. Starting to feel that main man energy. And he might be looking for that main objective sometime soon. Sits out with the Falcon's arrow into the cover. Shoulders are down. And Starboy able to hang on.
Every time that Chaz gets a little opening, Max just takes it right back.
As we were discussing that main objective, that's a move that's put down many stars in the past here on Evolve. If Abrams can hit that, that would certainly be a tough time for Chaz Starboy Hall. As Abrams beginning to unload right now on the Starboy.
Those are some heavy right hands that Max is throwing on Starboy right now. Starboy is dazed.
As Abrams has that signature smile on his face, and Rob, it might be time to start thinking about the win if you're Max Abrams.
Well, this is the point where, hey, you don't want to get cocky. You don't want to take your time.
Hesitation, inside cradle, nice counter by Starboy. Only 2 there for Hall, as Abrams,
again,
shutting him right down.
Every opening, he gets a pin. He catches him with a shot, but it's right back to Max. He needs to find a way when he gets the momentum to keep the momentum going.
And here we are in mid-July talking about himself as the leader of Hot Boy Summer. That could come crashing down right here if he's unable to get the victory. As Abrams, he's up top. And the main man coming!
Nobody home.
And the frog splash misses. Maybe out of desperation there by Starboy, able to get out of the way. And Chaz Hall now.
Chaz Hall needs to go to a place that he's never went before, mentally, to overcome the physical pain that he's going through right now.
As you see the Evolve Universe erupting right here, incredible opening contest. Max Abrams and Chaz Starboy Hall going back and forth. These two have had an entire week to prepare for this one. And Abrams.
Here we go.
And Hall, center of the ring, exchanging blows. Here we go, back and forth.
Oh, here we go. The offense is racking up, finally.
As Chaz Hall repping the entire ID program against the Mod Squad right now. Irish whip, that's gonna be reversed by Max Abrams. And Starboy
landed on his feet.
Bam! Connects with his heel. Ooh. And down goes Max Abrams. And Chaz Hall now possibly getting a second win. And Starboy. And multiple revolutions.
Innovative offense.
That head scissors taking down Max Abrams. Starboy starting to feel it.
Bang on that chest. Do whatever you got to do. Another kick to the head.
Stuns him with the big strike. And the standing sliced bread.
Blake.
Cover. Center of the ring. Abrams. Oh. Will hang on for now. As Starboy looking to feed off of this Evolve Universe once again. And Rob, he might be looking to go to his favorite place right here.
I love when we kick off the show on a Wednesday night with a match like this.
Big strike, and now Starboy on his perch. Oh, and look at the athleticism there of the main man. As Abrams gonna put a stop to the offensive attack there.
And staying connected to him.
Oh, he's in position, Rob, here we go. Connects, bam!
That's the cortisol spike, Blake.
Center of the ring. Oh! As Abrams dug even deeper in the playbook. And there's no spike coming tonight.
Well, at this point, what he needs to do is stay laser focused. Don't get upset. He kicked out of something that you thought was going to beat him, but you need to have another game plan.
Now, he might be looking to set up here for that main objective.
It seems like it.
As Starboy had it well scouted here. And Chaz Hall looking to counter Max Abrams now, picks the leg. And from a standing position, that twisting moonsault, cover, center of the ring. And somehow Abrams able to hang on. Rob, back and forth we go here. These two know each other very well.
These guys are absolutely giving it all they got, leaving everything in the ring, putting everything into this match.
And when the straps come down, the Dragon comes out.
Absolutely.
And right now, the reverse as Abrams, the momentum's gonna send the main man to the outside. And now Chaz Hall, he's zeroing in on his target. Off the ropes he goes. We've seen this plenty of times. He's going for that Sasuke special.
Caught himself. Peripheral vision works wonders.
Got out of harm's way indeed. And Max Abrams, as Starboy creates that separation yet again.
But now what, Starboy? What's our move here?
Wait, Rob, we wondered.
And here's the numbers.
About the whereabouts of the Mod Squad. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Talk about even the odds. ID 1.0 in unison.
Holloway, Cappuccino, Mathers.
That's one way to get rid of the Mod Squad.
The bodies hit the floor.
As Max Abrams sent to the outside, there's one man standing. And it's Chaz Starboy Hall. He put on the brakes a few moments ago, and here we go.
He's comfortable when he flies.
Sasuke special. And Starboy has laid out the Mod Squad. ID 1.0 is down.
But can he finish the job?
And let's see if he can capitalize
Get in there,
here.
Starboy.
Wait a second. Santi Rivera.
Wait a minute.
Cappuccino Jones goes for the big swipe on Rivera. He inadvertently connects with Starboy.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't his intention, but now it backfired.
Starboy is stunned. He's looking out to Cappuccino, wondering what possibly happened. And just like that, Abrams connects with the main objective, and the Mod Squad gets back on track.
Here is your winner, Max Abrams.
Well, Rob, back and forth we went in this contest, but after the Mod Squad intervened, Max Abrams was able to pick up the win.
Chaz Starboy Hall and Max Abrams showed exactly why they are two of WWE ID's top prospects, but this one broke down when the Mod Squad and the OG 1.0 squad entered the picture. Cappuccino Jones misfires, catching Hall there, and Max Abrams wasted no time hitting the main objective for a massive win.
Certainly some tough sledding there for the ID crew as Cappuccino trying to explain himself. Certainly some frustrations after the loss there from Chaz Starboy Hall as we see some disagreements between members of ID 1.0. As tonight is the night Harlem Lewis has been waiting for quite some time, a one-on-one opportunity for the gold.
Harlem? Foreman, you waited a long time for a night like tonight. I'm just here to wish you good luck.
Damn right. This match is long overdue. But it's time to let the beast out the cage. The Harlem Violence World Tour begins tonight.
Wonderful. Good man. Fight hard, huh?
Yes, sir. Always. Thank you.
WWE Recruit and WWE ID are working hand in hand to find the next generation of WWE superstars. From elite athletes on college campuses to standouts on the independent scene. Scouts like Evolve Foreman, Timothy Thatcher are watching. Recruiters are searching. And for many of these future stars, the first stop is Evolve. That means every Wednesday on Tubi, you get in on the ground floor, watching these talents build their careers toward NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
Welcome to Saturday night's main event. History will be made. You want a moment? This is always a moment.
It's Sunday night's main event. Atlanta, Labor Day weekend, Sunday, September 6th. Tickets on sale now.
Sloan? Yeah. That party was unbecoming. Where were the VIPs? Why was everyone showing up to challenge me? Like, my third eye's literally rolling.
I know, I'm sorry. I don't know why no one showed up, and whatever excuse they have, it's not good enough.
And Lainey? putting me through a table? Like, are you kidding me? It's time for her stupid little ID fantasy to end for me to send her back to Midwest Indies.
I mean, Dreamwave's a pretty good promotion to be at.
That's not what I meant. I need you to go talk to Foreman Thatcher and tell him that if Lainey wants to cry about how I ruined Wendy's first title defense against her, the stars have aligned. Because I want my first title defense to be against Lainey Luck. Then I can send her off to Glory Pro or Dream. Whatever.
Okay, I'll talk to Thatcher about Lainey. But you brought up Wendy. Where the hell is she?
Who cares? Go talk to
Okay,
Thatcher.
I'll go.
And now I'm gonna watch Veronica handle Layla Diggs.
Major opportunity for Lady Luck next Wednesday night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Fresno, California, Layla Diggs.
Layla Diggs set for singles action, and Rob, I know you have to be impartial, but I see you bopping over there.
I mean, the music's great. Miss Everything's here. She doesn't follow the vibe. She is the vibe. And look, I'm a huge fan of Layla. I've had her on NXT before. She's done a wonderful job. The Stu tournament. She's been on Main Event recently in the past few months. Layla is doing an absolute fantastic job in everything she does as of late.
Certainly looking to move right up the charts as it relates to the Evolve Women's Championship scene, and she certainly had some words for the new champ, Big Cat Kita.
Can't wait for the day.
And her opponent from Sin City, Veronica Haven.
Veronica Haven, been quite some time since we've seen her in singles action. But Rob, we go back to that championship celebration for Nikita Lyons just a week ago, and Veronica Haven jumped Layla Diggs. Why did she attack Layla?
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to figure Veronica out. She calls herself, you know, your favorite fallen angel, and I don't know if she's all that. I don't know if that was her idea. I feel like Gianna Capri might have put her up to that. I mean, I'm just, these are thoughts. They're not facts.
Ever since we've seen Veronica Haven and Gianna Capri enter the ID program, it seems like Haven is kind of following the path of Gianna Capri, but
well, that's not going to cut it involved. That's not going to cut it anywhere in life. You kind of need to figure things out for yourself. You can't follow anyone. You got to be your own person.
And then, of course, last week we see her in tow with Nikita Lyons. Certainly, it does seem Veronica Haven trying to follow the path of those that have maybe had a little bit more experience.
Yeah, well, she's still testing the waters, navigating new territory here in Evolve WWE. Oh, speaking of new territory, look at this newfound aggression from Layla Diggs here.
And we're certainly seeing a whole new side of Layla Diggs right off the bell. And Raul was going to ask, how does she create her own identity? Maybe it's with this type of aggression.
Yeah, it certainly is. And there's no doubt about her goal is to get in title contention, to get a shot at some point against Nikita Lyons or whoever the champion is. I know for a fact she is wanting a championship opportunity.
Just like Harlem Lewis is ready for his championship opportunity later on in our main event against Aaron Rourke. He's been chopping at the bit for quite some time, and Layla Diggs has been in Evolve for quite some time, trying to work her way up the ladder.
Yeah, and you know, if you follow her on Instagram, you can see as of late the past few months she's been trading with the low-key legend Natty, learning a few holds here or there, as we can see right now.
As Layla Diggs and Veronica Haven going back and forth, and Rob talking about that aggression early on. You have to imagine that's due to that attack just a week ago.
Look at this.
And Layla, as Veronica creates some separation right now, Haven, she's gonna look to fly. Oh, look at the power here of Layla. Former Division I track star right here, looking to assert herself. Big power slam.
Body, outie, outie.
And the standing moonsault into the cover. Only gets two there for Layla. And Rob, you have to wonder right now, is Layla Diggs, is she ready for Big Cat Kita?
I mean, she's young, she's athletic, she's hungry. I think so. I think Foreman Thatcher would think so.
Nice heads up move there by Veronica Haven, trying to create some separation as Haven looking to build some momentum and sends Diggs all the way to the floor. And Rob, we wonder how Veronica Haven can find her place in the ID program.
Well, she said if she is provoked, she will switch to demon time. And that seems like what's going to be happening right now. I saw a different look in her eyes.
As Haven looking to capitalize right here, cover. only gets one. Of course, she was scouted out of Las Vegas, Future Stars of Wrestling FSW, and also creating a name for herself in the Arizona Wrestling Federation, where she was ID'd.
Yeah, and she said wrestling's a place to let her rage out, and that's what she's kind of doing, just letting all those strikes loose on Layla. She's got her locked in right in the middle of the ring right now.
I briefly had a chance to speak to Veronica Haven earlier today, and she said she has a lot of pent-up rage and emotion, similar to how we're going to see a little bit later on with Harlem Lewis, but how can really she channel that in a situation like this?
Well, I mean, she's going to work it to her advantage. I mean, that's what you need in there. When you're in the ring, that's what you want, right? You want rage.
As Haven looking to take full advantage right now from the top. And the head scissors.
Beautiful.
Takes down Layla Diggs. Now Haven looking to turn the corner. Sling blade. And now Veronica Haven looking for the biggest opportunity of her Evolve career. Only gets two.
I mean, this is a smart move. Veronica right now keeping Layla grounded, keeping her in the middle of the ring. That's where you could submit someone. That's where you could get a proper pinfall. Keep them in the middle.
You mentioned Foreman Thatcher earlier, having his hands full earlier tonight. Of course, he made that match last week between Max Abrams and Chaz Starboy Hall to kick things off tonight. He certainly has his eyes fixated on this one. Look at new contenders for that Evolve Women's Championship. And look at Layla Diggs. Really pulling out a new layer in her offensive game.
Yeah, you're talking about new contenders. She's trying to get a new beginning in this match. Beautiful.
And she might be looking at a win over Veronica Haven as a step to get right to the champion. A series of strikes here by Layla. Connects with that big side kick. And Layla Diggs might start to think about the victory here. Look at Haven go up. And that sit-out gourd buster by Layla Diggs.
Is that it?
Cover hooks the outside leg, and again, only two.
Layla is such a shining star. I mean, imagine when she is in her prime. Imagine when she's got a few more years under her belt where she's gonna be.
That certainly led to some of those NXT opportunities that we talked about over the last couple of months that you've granted her. Veronica Haven going for that O'Connor roll. Nice job blocking by Layla Diggs. Sidestep does Layla. And Layla, once again, stay elusive.
Unbelievable.
And connects with the Pele. And Diggs knocks Haven out. She puts her in position, and Rob, she's gonna climb.
Oh, we know what's happening right now.
She's gone viral over the last several months.
She sure has.
Right here on Wednesday nights on Tubi.
There it is.
Flying right out of the screen and floating right through the air. And it's another win for Layla Diggs.
Here is your winner, Layla Diggs.
Very impressive right there by Layla Diggs. And certainly Veronica Haven in this matchup. Rob, she impressed right out of the gate, but Layla Diggs' experience and ability took over when it mattered most. Diggs flying beautifully through the air to score the victory, keeps her momentum alive, and her sights set on the Evolve Women's Championship. Big win there for Layla. She keeps her momentum going as the Evolve champion is looking to keep up his own hot streak and getting some motivation from the ID crew.
You ready? Excuse me, fellas. I have something to say to the champ. And that's good luck, Aaron. He's really tough, and it's gonna be a big test for you.
It is, but I've been tested my entire life, and it seems I always pass with flying colors.
Get the job done, Aaron.
Thanks for
Get the job
Thanks,
done.
guys.
Of course, Aaron. There it is. Go on, Aaron. Go on.
Let's go.
Hey, that boy caffeinated right there.
Yeah, he is. What about us?
What you mean?
You cost me that match.
Bro, don't even start. I was trying to help.
Hey man, relax, dude. The numbers were against you.
Well, maybe you and Cap should focus on the security who kicked your
Dude, come on.
All
It's
right,
all right.
dude.
It's fine.
Hey, Foreman, give Marcus and I a match against Shido and Victor.
Yeah.
Look, you fellas have equity with me, but I want to reward those jerks for doing a horrible job and screwing up. But if you guys really want it,
Yeah, come on with it.
if you guys really want this match,
Yeah, we do.
then I'll sort it. I'll get it sorted. All right?
Yeah, let's get it
All right,
started.
I'll get it sorted. All right, I'm going to work. I'll go get it sorted.
Evolve foreman Timothy Thatcher always on the clock and working hard, as you see right there. And in addition, next Wednesday right here on Tubi, Lady Luck gets her shot at Nikita Lyons. The Big Cat's first title defense is a big one. And we'll find out if the championship may be two-turned after next Wednesday. Also, the counter between Brooks Jensen and Elijah Holyfield goes down, with the newcomer looking to get a victory off of the wily veteran. We'll see if he can do it next week on Evolve.
We welcome you live to the Big Easy, Bourbon Street, New Orleans. What on earth are we gonna see? The opportunity of a lifetime. You gotta be kidding me! This, ladies and gentlemen, is what Money in the Bank is all about.
Brooks, I've been waiting on this rematch from the moment you cheated and embarrassed me in our first match.
Oh, Jensen, oh! Holyfield's face connects with that exposed turnbuckle, and Brooks Jensen steals a victory.
But I know you don't see anything wrong with what you did because you look at yourself as a gatekeeper over the Performance Center. But all I see is a 24-year-old punk that's facing a force more powerful than he'll ever be. You can keep watching old tape, you can keep reliving history while I go out and make it. Because I'm gonna do what I've been doing my entire life. Fighting for the Holyfield name that I wear proudly on my back in permanent ink. That's real pressure. That's real expectation. It's the reason I'm the one out of 11 simply standing here today, because I'm the one who fought my way through. So next week, you better lock in, Brooks, because my right fist coming for your jaw, and it's gonna knock your lights out.
Well, I would not want to be Brooks Jensen next week.
This is to shut up every single person who told me that I would amount to nothing. The Harlem Violence World Tour starts right now.
Well, Rob, this is an opportunity that Harlem Lewis has been seeking, not just for a few weeks, not just for a few months, but essentially his entire life.
Since day one that he stepped into an Evolve ring, he had one goal. Whether he said it out loud or not, in the back of his mind, he wanted to be a champion. He wanted to be the Evolve champion. And tonight is the first time he gets a one-on-one opportunity for that to happen.
He certainly exercised his demons against Braxton Cole, earned himself this one-on-one against Aaron Rourke. But you have to imagine, Rob, right now, it might not just be pre-match jitters. Harlem Lewis might be feeling a bit nervous. As the champion has arrived. And Rob, this is a position he's been in several times now. And the confidence to defend that championship.
Yeah, well, he made it very clear going into this match that he is not just glamour. He is grit. He has rage to let loose when he gets in the ring tonight. And granted, there is a lot of respect between Harlem and Aaron. Once the bell rings, I think these two are going to give everything they have to make this the most memorable match they've ever been a part of.
Certainly a big fight feel here on this Wednesday night on Tubi. You talk about the mutual respect between these two, but once that bell rings, that very well could go right out the window. As you see our challenger right there, our champion, showing off to the entire Evolve universe. And there's that hardware that he has certainly earned over the last several months. As they're both in, as now we get set to head to Mike Rowe, our ring announcer, to set the table for this Evolve Championship main event.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Evolve Championship. Introducing the challenger from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 243 pounds, Harlem Lewis. And his opponent from Sparkle City, South Carolina, weighing in at 208 pounds, he is the Evolve champion, Aaron Rourke.
So the table is officially set, and Rob, we alluded to it right before our introductions here, but ultimately, how much mutual respect between the champion and challenger?
Well, I think they have a lot of respect between each other. They've said it to each other, but this is for the Evolve Championship. This match could change someone's life, and I think when the bell rings, all bets are off.
Referee Derek Sanders assigned to this main event championship contest. As both the champion and challenger are ready, bell sounds are underway, and here we go.
As I said, I mean, that's how you start a title match.
A big spear right off the bell.
Wait a minute.
We've seen this many times over the last several years.
Wait, are you
spear,
kidding?
boom slang, cover, and oh!
Wow.
And Harlem has to chuckle because he almost set a record right there, Rob.
Chuckle, stay on him, Harlem. I mean, that's how you start a title match. That's the game plan that you want.
Coming into this matchup, Rob, I was wondering, can Harlem Lewis control his rage enough to win the gold? But right off the bell, I mean, he's laser focused.
I mean, I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
As Harlem, he charges right in and meets the ring post. That's exactly what he did against Braxton Cole in that no DQ match that ended up causing an injury.
Yeah, well, just remember, Harlem has waited months for this opportunity, and it's finally here.
And Rob, it's not just a championship opportunity. As you said, it's this one-on-one opportunity. That's exactly what Harlem Lewis has relished. And Aaron Rourke gave it to him, and Rourke risk it all right there with that blockbuster right off the apron.
Yeah, but when you do something like that on the outside of the ring, you're going to hurt yourself in the process. He was willing to put his own body on the line, and you see him there holding his back.
And take a look at Aaron Rourke right now. Incredible physique. And Rob, how have you seen Rourke evolve in the ID program?
Well, I'll tell you this. You said it. He is in the absolute best shape of his life. From when we saw him for the first time over a year ago, he's just getting better every time.
Here we go, Codebreaker into the cover. Only two right there for Aaron Rourke coming from the top, digging deep into the playbook right now. Back and forth we go. Who's walking out as Evolve champion?
How does an event become an experience? This is how. This is why. This is WrestleMania. We know what it means to our country, but what could it mean to a kingdom? WrestleMania. For the first time ever, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. A phenomenon so incredible, it would need to be experienced to be believed.
Back in action here on Tubi. Blake Howard alongside the general manager of NXT, Robert Stone. Evolve Championship main event as Harlem Lewis has been controlling all throughout the break, really utilizing that power.
Yeah, he's all over Aaron's back, which is giving Aaron limited mobility. It's giving him slower reaction time, a weaker core stability.
As throughout the break, Harlem Lewis, we talked about him dominating. As you see the devastating backbreaker, able to put Aaron Rourke down. And that really kind of was the turning point there, Rob.
Yeah, well, a bad back can slow you down, but it can't measure your heart. And we all know that Aaron Rourke has heart. You can see it in him. He's in pain, but he is fighting.
Of course, this matchup represents Harlem Lewis's future, his family's future. This match of the utmost importance to him. Pretty much every single thing he does revolves around going for the gold.
But it's just as important to Harlem Lewis, to killjoy Harlem Lewis.
As Harlem, of course, has mopped floors as a teenager to support his brothers, coming from those humble beginnings. And ultimately, Rob, how did that shape him?
It made him take advantage of opportunities and appreciate opportunities like this. When you've been at the bottom, you want to be at the top.
As, of course, Harlem Lewis did stand by Aaron Rourke back in Succession 3 when the Mod Squad all got involved, and that's where you saw that mutual respect really go to another level. Aaron Rourke!
Eat the feet!
Gonna send Harlem Lewis right down as Rourke.
But he's in a lot of pain, Blake. You can see it. He's struggling to get all the way to his feet.
Trying to swing the tide back in his direction. We talk about some of the title defenses for Aaron Rourke as, oh no, Harlem Lewis. The power once again into the backbreaker. And now Harlem looking to go to work once again and really zeroing in on that lower lumbar region of the champion.
Yeah, you gotta say, he's very smart for doing that. That is how you wear an opponent down. Right in the middle of the ring, you take out a body part, and that's how you're gonna get a victory in this match. That's how you're gonna slow the champ down. And you know, big matches create big moments, and big moments create champions.
As you see the Evolve Universe rallying behind this championship match, and Aaron Rourke often coming from the top rope with that Molly go round to finish off his opponents. If that back's hurt, Rob, he can't really fly.
Absolutely.
As Harlem, oh, nice counter! Into the a satellite DDT by Aaron Rourke.
But you can tell, I mean, that was a second win. That was him giving everything he has. And right now, still, you can see Aaron Rourke is in a lot of pain. Can he get to his feet?
The champion trying to pull himself to his feet. Look at Aaron Rourke. From the canvas. Connecting with that big boot. Oh! And a big knee right underneath the chin.
That was like a knockout blow.
As Aaron Rourke's starting to feel it right here, Rob. Charges into the opposite corner.
But he is moving slower than normal.
Aaron Rourke, of course, has defended that title against Jazz, Starboy Hall, Tristan Angels, Max Abrams. We talked about Harlem Lewis, Braxton Cole in a triple threat. He's really established himself as the man on Wednesday nights. And put a cherry right on top of it. The Meteor in the corner. And Lewis, he's a bit phased here as Rourke. He's certainly showing that he's one of a kind. Into that cover. And 2 3/4. Rourke thought that was enough.
This match is high stakes, but there's only one winner. There's only going to be one champion at the end of it.
As Aaron Rourke, this match important to him and a lot of people that felt like Aaron Rourke did growing up, wanting to really break out and establish himself. As right now, Harlem Lewis trying to fight back in the center of the ring here.
You could just feel it right now. The pressure is immense. The spotlight is bright. The gold is within reach for both of these guys. Can Aaron Rourke retain his title? Will Harlem Lewis become the new champion and live out his dream?
They're both essentially running on second, third, maybe fourth wins at this point. The proverbial gas light is on for both stars now.
This has just turned into a fist fight, which is right in Harlem's wheelhouse.
And Aaron Rourke coming right back here. Look at these body shots. And Rourke trying to build some momentum. Oh! And a big knee by Harlem. That's going to stun the champion.
We talked about respect earlier. You got to wonder, Blake, is there still respect at this point between these two competitors in this match?
And Rourke trying to create some separation here. And Aaron Rourke, oh, going for it again. Nice counter. Harlem, he catches him in pile driver position.
That was close.
But Rourke, nice counter. Cover, oh. And Harlem back up. As Aaron Rourke is down.
Is that it?
Cover.
A 1 count.
As Aaron Rourke.
Wow.
As the champion is feeling alive here on Evolve. And Aaron Rourke, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That back pain might be numbed for the moment.
Big connection right there. And now Rourke.
He caught him. Can he capitalize?
Connects with that Ushigoroshi into the cover. And hooks the outside leg.
This is what championship matches are all about on Wednesday nights on Tubi, on Evolve. It doesn't get any better than this.
Aaron Rourke throwing the entire playbook at Harlem Lewis and vice versa. Neither man can stay down. Neither man's gonna quit. What can give in this championship encounter?
Guys like Jackson Drake and Aaron Rourke have put the ID program on the mat by becoming the Evolve champion. They're not gonna let anybody down in this match.
Rourke in position, Rob. He might be thinking about that Molly go round, but Harlem Lewis had it well scouted. As Killjoy is gonna follow in pursuit. Both stars now in risky position here.
Who's gonna get the best of this situation? It's Aaron.
And Rourke creates that separation, Rob. Can the champion fly?
He's been put to the test, but he's been tested his whole life.
As Rourke, he's all the way upstairs. And Aaron Rourke, oh! What a counter to the Molly go round!
That's the first ever time that happened.
Nobody has ever countered it before. Harlem Lewis stuffs Aaron Rourke up and down with the boom slang.
The second one.
Into the cover. And Harlem Lewis has realized his destiny.
Here is your winner and the new Evolve champion, Harlem Lewis.
What a moment here on Tubi.
Harlem Lewis Lewis and Aaron Rourke pushed each other to the limit in a hard-fought WWE Evolve Championship match with both champion and challenger showing exactly why they belonged in this moment. And in the end, Aaron Rourke was ever so close to retaining the championship. But Harlem Lewis would not be denied to earn the victory and finally become the new WWE Evolve Champion.
And put a button on it with that boom slang, and you see right there, Harlem Lewis. His name is painted in gold. As an incredible performance right there after a lifelong of overcoming the odds, doing things the blue-collar, hard-working way, using the motivation of his family. Harlem Lewis has taken his next step to greatness